evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday. You know what time it is? It's SlideJawb Racing time. And this Season 4 Cup is brought to you by the Colonial Riders. Let's go racing.
Welcome, race fans, here tonight at SlideJawb Racing League, brought to you by Colonial Riders, proud sponsor of SlideJawb Racing League here on a Monday night. It's me, Robert A. Moyer Jr. up here in the booth, and I will be accompanied by my sidekick, Brian Johnson, and Zach Hall. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. I am really excited for this race we're about to see done.
Yeah, same here. Really excited for an epic street race with cup cars. So it's going to be a wild one, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild one as we're out here at Detroit on, like you said, it's a street race with the cup cars. That cup cars, I feel, don't belong on this track. So these guys here beside me here up here in the booth, Brian and Zach, they've been studying this track. Brian just got done running a couple laps. I know a little bit about this. I did a couple laps here too, and I know Brian actually brought it up to me, which I already kind of was going to talk about it, but bumpy. What else can you say about bumpiness, Brian?
Well, the tires don't like bumps. These cars don't like bumps when, you go into these corners and they're bumpy. It messes up the front tires, so it's really tough to turn if you don't hit those bumps right. And then there's some bumps coming out of some of these corners, so the rear tires don't want to hook up. So that is by far, I think, going to be the biggest challenge for these drivers tonight, is to either avoid those bumps or manage them as best as possible. The other thing is that it looks like a lot of this track is concrete. So we're dealing with a surface that's similar to Dover or for a Bristol, so it does not have the grip level that asphalt does. Some of the track is asphalt, or it might be all asphalt, just kind of
I'm
really faded. But
pretty sure it's just it's very worn out.
it's just very light asphalt. Okay.
Yeah, due
Well,
to it
still,
being a street road. But yeah, like you said, very tough track, lots of bump, especially in the braking zones. As you can see, you'll see these cars hop in the front tires all night long, really here. And the thing with the problem with that is when your tire is coming off the ground, you're not getting the braking power that you need to slow down for these corners. So navigating them bumps will be a pretty difficult job for these drivers. And I can tell you another thing they're going to be facing is a wall. And it's not something normal for most racetracks that we go to have a wall on the oval side, but when we go to them on the road course side of things and the NASCAR side of deals, you have walls in the S's going up through Watkins Glen, but that's really about the only walls you got close to you. And here the whole night they're going to have walls everywhere and tire barriers that they can just blow a corner, and it can end up in a night finisher. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys can keep it out of the wall and keep their heads clear and clean. So,
Oh yeah, you miss a corner here, you're and hit the wall, your night's pretty much over. It's going to be pretty hard to manage your race with a damaged race car because this track is somewhat of a high speed track, and with these cars the way they are, you're going to want all the downforce you can get. So if you mess up the front end in any way, that's less downforce, and it's just going to make your life a little bit harder. So that's is stay out of the wall, manage those tires. You definitely don't want to be slip and slide in the rear all night because tire wear is going to be a big issue here tonight as well. I think a lot of guys in practice are dropping like 2-3 seconds over the course of a run. So tire is extremely important tonight as well.
Correct. Well, right now they starting their qualifying. They run their I think it's 5 minutes to 10 minutes qualifying, and then they have their drivers meeting. So, with that being said, with everybody tuning in, we'd much appreciate it to get to watch this street racing. Man, I'm so excited. I don't even know. This track is so beautiful. Just a beautiful, beautiful track with all the trees and the shading, and I don't know if anybody can see it on the stream there though, but in game now, I do have up there on the ticker. It is actually Wednesday, May 15th, 2019 is the date of this today's race. And they are running it in the morning, and as of right now, it's 8:11 a.m. in the morning. So the track's gonna heat up a little bit more as that sun, keeps peeking up over the sunrise, up over the track, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, with we got with this new update that we got last week, we have some new dynamic track stuff. So it's actually going to take a little bit longer for this track to heat up than it normally would, which is good on iRacing's part. It's more realistic. But I think it will heat up a little bit through the course of the race, especially as these drivers start driving on it, heating up the track that way. So that's another thing to watch because the hotter the track, the less grip there is.
Right, and you got a lot of trees out there, and so I mean, I think it's in the backstretch. Correct me if I'm right, guys. But ain't there's trees on the left side and the right side? So am I right?
Yeah, before coming to the start finish line, there's a good group of trees there for shade, definitely. And
okay, I thought so. So that's going to take a little bit, of course, longer to heat up. So that could. Towards the end of the race, man, if you can get some grip out there, somebody might be able to, think, they got the race won, but, you got somebody behind you that's got more grip on them tires can blow into that turn and make it stick.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, Robert. And, another thing is a lot of this track is one line. You're not going to see many other lines and trying to get right to the apex and get this thing pointing straight down in straightaways. Now, if you blow a corner, you're going to be off into the marbles. And
Is there
When you're off in
marbles?
the marbles,
That's huge.
yeah, and that's going to be huge for the next set of corners and just getting your tires cleaned off back for the next set. And you never know, you might ride the marbles into a wall. So I'm sure a lot of guys will be fighting that, getting offline and getting their tires dirty. And it's going to take a few corners to get them back clean. And they're going to be like, why am I so losing so much grip? Well, if you don't get in the marbles, it usually can keep the tires kind of under you. But getting out of into the marbles will definitely be an issue these guys face, I believe.
Correct.
Another tricky thing about this track is going into turns 3 and 7. After these long straights, you got a sharp right-hander. So, and for those two corners, you have to brake before you can even see the corner. So that's going to be another challenge that these guys have to deal with is judging how to brake for those corners before they even see them. So that should be, I think, really kind of the two passing zones here, besides coming up to the start-finish line. I think that's going to be another little bit of a passing zone besides the straights in turns 3 and turn 7.
Well, I see Mr. Hendrick just put it on the pole there right now as they're getting ready. I think then qualifying here. Well, we got a couple more cars out there yet. Let's see. Go ahead.
He just beat Matthew Piscata. Davey Hendricks did with a 131.095 to Matthew Piscata's 103. So just a tick faster. Piscata was actually quicker in practice, so that's kind of surprising to see. But Hendricks, he went for about 12, 13 laps straight in practice and was showing some really good time there. So he might be the man tonight.
Yeah, I was definitely doing some snooping around here and, watching these guys practice. And gotta say that 38 Machina Davey there, he's actually got the number changed this week. I believe he was the 4 before, now he's the 38. Right. So Davey Hendricks looking good in that new number. And I gotta say he had some really good race pace. Very consistent. Looks impressive. So these guys will have a tough time, but I'm sure the 5, the 22, they both were down to 31s, and I believe see if Emmanuel Wolf gets a lap, and he's a 15. He was pretty quick in practice too there, so see if he can maybe get a lap in here and get in between these guys or get right there with them because it's going to be an interesting race. And most of these guys slowed down except for Davey from practice. Brian, do you think that's possibly some of the track heating up already? I believe when we came in here it was around 80 or so we see about 2-degree increase, I think.
Yeah, it's up to 82 degrees Fahrenheit now, so it may have gotten a little warmer, but that 2 degrees, I guess, obviously is making a pretty big difference in the lap times.
It'll definitely be interesting to see. This is not a normal racetrack. We see stock cars race around, and some of these turns are very difficult for a stock car. One I'll point out is Brian. I think you brought it up earlier when we were talking about is turn 11.
That's awful.
Very, very difficult corner. You're coming through a section of really technical corners there through 9 or through 8, 9, really 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then you're coming out of 10, pointing the opposite way, and you gotta go back right. There left, and there's a lot of bumps. It looks right there too. So that's gonna be a corner I'm looking for someone maybe to get in trouble. Also, 3
definitely.
3 looks like you could definitely go straight on with how long that straight is. It's the longest straightaway on the track. And it'll be interesting to see who can. I think 3 is going to be the best passing zone too. You're going to have to get a run out of 1 and 2 there, and try to get on the inside going into 3. I think, and then hopefully we may see a switchback going into 4 and maybe even 5 because they does do a switchback turn there in 4 and 5. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys race. I haven't seen a race here yet, so I'm sure we can see all different types of things.
Yeah, I do know when I watch the Super Stadium trucks race here. The one time they come here a year, I've watched a few races where primarily their passing zones are at turn 3 and turn 7. Just trying to get a run on the guy in front of you, going into that corner from the long straight, and just pretty much outbraking him, trying to pull a kind of an F1 move, pull a Daniel Ricciardo on him. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys can get those 3,500-pound stock cars around us. Get it stopped and make a clean pass on somebody.
Definitely, Brian. Definitely. Not a lot of room either. Gotta say that. It's not the widest racetrack either with the way the walls are. So it'll be interesting. You got Davey here also so far still on our provisional poll. I'm not sure qualifying's over because I believe they do a drivers meeting after. But at the moment we do have Davey sitting on the pole.
Well, we have the 18 out there right now, guys. He's about ready to put down his one lap here as he goes across and he puts it. Let's wait for my screen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his warm-up lap.
Yeah.
That was the start. Okay. Well, we got a little ways to go. Let's see where.
2.3 miles.
Oh. Okay, well, never mind. He just took it into the
turn 3
tires. He did a Brad.
Yeah, they call that a fire. They call that a Firestone corner. I wonder if those are Firestone tires and that wall barrier there because that tire barrier is pretty big.
Well, they better go get some good
might see
years.
some friends tonight.
Well, it looks like he's gonna start. I don't know where, unfortunately.
Yeah, wherever his iRating puts him. Where he's going to start, because I don't believe he's going to have time to put in a qualifying lap. So we had 10 guys qualify, and the other 9 or 10 choose not to.
All right, well, they're about ready to go into their driver's meeting here. I don't think we're going to have any other cars out on the track here as they're going to get ready for their driver's meeting. So we're going to quick take this time to run through our tonight's proud sponsors. First proud sponsor for SlideJawb Racing League here is Colonial Riders. Thank you for them coming aboard there with SlideJawb Racing League here. They appreciate it as much as we appreciate you coming aboard to these guys here. Also, don't forget to check out Dirty Air Podcast every Tuesday night, 11 to 11:15 on Facebook. Make sure you check them guys out there at Dirty Air Podcast for all your motorsports and sim racing news. And do you guys got anything to add to that? As Brian and Zach are the ones that do the podcast.
Nothing this week. I'm going to try to get some new special guests lined up for our upcoming podcast. But this week, tomorrow night really will be myself and Brian, and we'll have a good discussion about the Brickyard 400 and the playoffs coming up in the Cup Series here. So it should be a good one.
And some fantasy football, hint.
Yeah, actually, we probably will talk about how our fantasy football weekend went. I don't think Brian's might not went too good, but we'll talk a little bit about that definitely because that's important to us too. So, and that's what we like to talk about. Really, anything. So.
There you go.
Racing in life.
That's right. All right. Well, I'd like to also give a shout out to our tonight's sponsor too, from Freaky Fast here, iPitting. You can go check them out at iPitting.com. iPitting is a board web-based tool designed for iRacing teams. It helps you create an iRacing series board for all your teammates. It provides all your teammates with a clear version of everyday data they need, like schedule, results, championship points, standings. It also is a great help for your team community manager, which can use the tool to share on social networks for your team's achievements of whatever drivers, whoever you have, your achievements that your drivers are doing on your team, which is a nice little tool to spread it out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all them platforms. And it also, he just came out with an update with it at iPitting.com that he integrated Twitch, multi-stream Twitch, which we all know Twitch now has a multi-stream platform where you can take 4, 5 to 6 streams at once, put them all in once, and you can watch them all at one time, and you can actually pick who you want to go watch, or you can watch them all at one time. It's up to you how you want to do it. So I want to say thank you to them coming aboard here at Freaky Fast. And not least, Beat a Match. Make sure you check out your local area for Beat a Match for people that are diagnostic, or Brian, what's the word I'm saying?
Diagnosed?
Thank you. Dang. I'm sitting there looking at my notes and it just totally went blank. But anyways, for, like leukemia, leucoma, or however you say it, cancer. Did I say that right? That's a word I never can say right. Not leukemia. Look, is that right?
No, it is leukemia.
Leukemia,
Yeah,
and what's the other one?
I am not too sure about that.
All right. Okay. Well, anyways, long story short, I'd like to let them know that I appreciate them coming aboard here at Freaky Fast, and it actually, not to get into too much because we're live over stream here, but found out last weekend my mom's sister has came down with leukemia, unfortunately, so she's in the hospital, and so I'm learning more about leukemia now than ever before, ladies and gentlemen. So, make sure you check out, Beat a Match. Like I said, at beatamatch.org, not .com, but .org, or your local area. You can look them up, on Google or whatever, and find your local one and just read up on it. But all right, well, guys, that's it for the sponsors that we have here tonight. Is there anything you want to add, as we got 4 minutes to go until we get Freaky Nuts, Freaky Watch the Walls, Freaky I don't even know. It's just, this track's crazy. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, I would like to bring up the 5 of Matthew. He hasn't won a race yet, so he's sitting here second.
Storylines,
very quick times.
Yeah.
Be interested to see if that 5 can get his first win here.
Yeah, well, bringing up the storylines here at SlideJawb, as we got 3 minutes to go here until they roll into their the race here. As we know, the 4 of Mr. Hendrick is now the car number 38, M&M's Toyota. So he changed numbers over from the 4 to the 38. Also, storylines, as I'm looking through here, we have some extra stuff going on between the two Matthews after the Texas race 2 weeks ago. There's a lot of words exchanged down in the hauler. So them two guys are not happy with each other. I'm not sure if they let bygones be bygones, or we'll find out, I guess, right, guys? I mean,
yeah, well, from what it sounds like, I highly doubt that. Piscata didn't really appreciate how Chastain was trying to go about passing him in the last 6 laps of that Texas race, and as we saw coming to the white flag, eventually a 75 did get into the 5 and sent him spinning into the infield. So from what it sounds like, those two guys really do not like each other. But from what I see in practice and qualifying here, it seems like these two guys are going to be separated for the most part, but we'll see. It's definitely going to be something that we got to keep up with here.
Yeah, you never know. What if Matthew Piscata is leading there, and he comes across the 75 of Matthew Chastain there and has to lap him? Does Chastain make it difficult on him? It'll be interesting.
Yeah, very, very, very. Yeah, I mean, only time will tell.
One person he doesn't want to see is 75 coming to catch him at the end of the race or something.
Right.
That'll be his worst nightmare. But he's probably hoping that the 75 doesn't have no issues and can not get near a lot now.
Well, I think the biggest story though here tonight, guys, are the number 3. As anybody can see, the number 3 of Dylan Parker, is actually not out on the track. He has been suspended for 2 races from doing. I'd have to go read at the notes again. Something about not starting and staying in line.
It was an unsafe rejoin of the track, I believe.
Yeah,
and intentionally causing a caution on lap 97.
Right, in the Go
Yeah, so-
Xfinity series that they got.
Right, and he gets suspended the next 2 Cup Series races and the 2 Xfinity races, next Xfinity races. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
our last Cup Series winner, Dylan Parker, it's
Well-
suspended, and about to see how he comes back from that.
Well, not only that, he was the back-to-back winner too. I mean,
Yeah.
so that's he got the wins out of the way, but doesn't help him in the overall points to try to work up the totem pole because we only have, I think, 6. I'd have to go count. I think 6 to 8 races left until the chase starts. So that's
And he's not in
counting
the top
down
20.
too.
He's not even in the top 20 in points, so he's
Yikes! Yeah, but that win
Definitely.
should automatically put him in there. So, or do you need to be in the top 20?
12, right? It's
Yeah,
12, or
wins do not lock you in.
That's what I thought. So he needs to be okay. Wins don't lock you in, so it don't matter if he gets it. Okay. Oh boy, yeah. Well, that's gonna hurt him. He's gonna have to bounce back. We know he has a fast car. So
Right.
that's one storyline that we're gonna have to pay attention in the next 2 weeks here, and see where he falls down through the points, and everything. But all right, guys. Well, we're getting ready to grid up here. These guys are hopping in the car, putting their helmet on, Hans device on. It's going to be a double file restart. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah,
And-
good luck, everybody.
Yeah, good luck is right. Well, the track temperature, let's see here. Air is 79, track is 84, and start time of the sim is 8:09 a.m. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. As you can see here on the starting grid here, you can see some of the trees, the shade coming out. Beautiful track. I was just astounded. I said it earlier to how beautiful this track is. The nice waterfall. You got the lakes out there. Man, I was thinking about pulling my car over and hop the fence and go fishing. I mean, what the heck? Why not? I'm not.
Is there any fish in there?
I have no clue.
Probably. I mean, this is an island, so that's Belle Isle. It's literally
Good.
Yeah,
a racetrack on it.
guess I'll go through the grid here right before we go green. So we got
yes.
Davey Hendricks on the pole here. Matthew Piscata going to start beside him in second. Bryson Clark in third. Jade Bell fourth. Brian Dees fifth. Ed Burrell sixth. Derek Newsom seventh. Corey Cook eighth. Noah Mowry ninth. And Eric Moore 10th to start out this 30-lap race here tonight at Detroit Grand Prix at Belle Isle. Got a stage coming up on lap 12. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out.
Wow. Okay. I apologize. Normally I say green flag. I didn't even know they took green flag there. My bad.
Yeah, good job, by-
Yeah, it was a short.
Yeah, this is the
Short
first time
lap.
where we ever broadcasted this track. So, all right, ladies.
Look at
And
that
gentlemen,
hump
go
coming
right
up out of
ahead.
Turn 2 there is
Yeah, that bump
Wow.
in turn 2 is nasty. Here we go into turn
great
3.
start
Hard
for
break.
Davey Hendricks. Yeah, into Firestone corner here. Turn 3, like Brian said, hard braking down there. Good gap there for Davey already building up. See what this 5 of Matthew Piscata can do. Bryson Clark there, he's holding on to that third position, but look at Jade Bell. He picked up a lot of time from practice, Brian. So Jade definitely saved his best for qualifying.
Ooh. Had a little bit of a mishap with the 64. Whoa.
Oh yeah, Mike buried.
He had passed the 18, but I guess missed the next corner and about got turned by that 12, but all is well.
Yeah, I think we'll have to watch. Also, starting in 12th there was Emmanuel Wolf, Brian. We'll have to see how he works his way through the field here. Because I believe he's already up to about the 9th position from 12th.
Oh, that's,
And he was
that's-
very quick in practice.
See him, he's going to go past the 61. Oh, that just got into the wall.
Yeah, and great job missing him there by Emmanuel.
Yeah, that was some heads-up driving right there. Good reaction times to avoid that car in front of him.
Yeah, and out front, Davey Hendricks just crosses the line to complete lap 1. He going into turn 1 here. Got about a 10-car length advantage. Well, I'd say about a 7-car length advantage now here, going off the 2, going down the long straightaway here down to turn 3. Great first lap for Davey there, getting a nice gap built up on Matthew. Matthew just got to settle in here, see if he can run that 38 down here before this stage here, lap 12. And you know, Brian, oh, look at Emmanuel Wolf. That is a...
Sending it on the inside of Belle. Go, and the 7 car nosed it into the Firestones there.
Derek Newsom on the 61 of Corey Cook. There, he's gonna get trapped by that.
And the 12 too, he got trapped.
Oh,
that's a bad place to get turned sideways.
And
the track wasn't narrow enough for you before.
And the 18's all damaged. He lost the total front end, back end.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I already have a badly damaged car in lap 2, but that's what's going to happen though. When you start out near the back of a narrow track like this, anything that happens could be catastrophic.
That it can be, Brian. Looks like Emmanuel Wolf already closing in on Brian Dees here, the 17 machine. This is for the top 5, so 1 lap, Brian. Coming to complete 2 here in a little bit, he will be all the way into the top 5 possibly here.
Yeah, that's really good, especially with the stage coming up at lap 12. He's just gonna, he's gonna have a chance to do this all over again. But instead of trying to get into the top 5, he can battle the top 5.
Well, I know in practice he was he finished practice 5th, so
look pretty strong there. Looks like our top 4 have kind of spaced out a little bit here. About similar distance in between all 3 of them, or all 4 of them. That's pretty interesting.
yeah, we're gonna see a lot of people. Basically, this race until we get to what is lap 12. 12 for stage. Basically, it's gonna get all single file spread out. So we're just going to have to play by ear and just jump from driver to driver and see how they're doing. And that's why I got the other guys up here in the booth to see if they see some action. They'll let me know, and we'll try to get it live to you.
Yeah, another big move here, Matthew Chastain, the 75. Talking about him before the race, the issues with Matthew Piscata there in the 5. He's up to 8th from starting 16th, so great job there for Matthew. And, gear turn Matthew there. Woo. He about got it in turn 7, guys. He almost he about met the wall, but great job hanging on to it there for him.
Right now we got 3 cars back here. I believe it's a battle for 10. The 61, the 12, and the 10. Darren Cole, Corey Cook, William Martin, all nose to tail here. This is a dangerous part of the track to be nose to tail this close together.
Yeah, you see how bumpy it is there, Brian. It just cars jumping all over the place. And Corey Cook, he was the unlucky one to get caught behind the 7 of Derek Newsom. Whoa, that's right.
And the 10 into the wall.
Hard. Trying to get around the 12 and just pushed it a little bit too much. Those bumps, I bet, made that front end of the car just kind of push wide out, or push out wide. Oh, and the 12 in the wall. Good grief. Difficult track.
Very difficult racetrack, that's for sure.
All right.
Going to turn 3, let's see what's going to happen.
Betting goes on. Any vehicles come out with no damage, I give them props. Oh, and the 12 just totally missed the turn.
Oh no, William Martin.
Oh, and we got the 42 taking the shortcut.
Paul Turner there.
He says, we don't need to stay on the track. I'll just go right through the grass.
Derek Newsom, after that issue he had is, I just had to talk about how the issue. He's trying to get back up to Darren Cole here to get that 10th position that Darren Cole's holding on to right now. That while we were talking about that, it let Corey Cook and the 61 get away there from them guys. So
yeah, it did.
He's got some clean racetrack behind him. In front of him, Eric Moore. He lets in the 44. I think he just let Matthew Chastain by for 8th. This may be a battle.
I think it's a battle. These guys have been the 75's been ahead of the 44. Ooh, a little bit wide. That's that turn 11, that really tough corner.
That it is.
Wow.
Between our leaders are pretty similar, about a 10th. Piscata into the wall a little bit off of 3. Very light contact, though. Very light. Yeah, he grazed it.
Yeah, light grazing it like that, it ain't going to hurt you. Even some light damage, I don't think is going to hurt you too bad, but Like the 61, he's going to want his damage fixed during the stage.
Belle had an issue. Yeah, he ran a 140 last time by, so he had some major. Oh, and that's I'm speaking about. He slides it around. Oh, that's turn 4. That's turn 13 there.
We're about to have a battle on our hands between the 61 and the 44. 61's caught these two guys.
That he has.
What he can do with them.
Wow.
Ooh, had to get hard on the brakes.
Yeah.
Went a little wide. Seems to be a theme. Going a little wide.
Very tough racetrack, that's for sure. As we see these guys fighting all over the place.
This is crazy.
Yeah. These guys are willing it though. That's what we like to see here.
Yeah, you
It
don't
might not be
get a
fast, but
chance.
it's freaky.
Yeah.
Oh, it is very freaky. You don't get a chance to catch your breath on this track. It is very demanding as a driver.
Yeah, like I said, I know you. Zach didn't get a chance to get any laps in yet, but Brian got some earlier, and I did some earlier this week just to see what we're dealing with. And after I got off about 8 laps, I just shook my head going, no way. It's like, there's no way. I mean, there's so much horsepower on these cars for this kind of track, but not saying it can't be done because these guys are doing it.
Yeah.
44 lets the 61 go by.
That he does. And now 61 up to the 75 and Matthew Chastain here. This is the battle for 8th. Now 61's look pretty strong.
Yeah, even with that heavy amount of damage, he's still got some pretty decent pace on that car.
Oh, we see him grabbing a lot of curb there. That'll get your heart racing. These things like curb, but sometimes not too much.
Yeah, it's almost like he's using that curb to help him turn a little bit, which I guess if you grab the right amount of it can help.
Yeah,
but
heading down
it
here
takes
to
just a
turn
little
7.
bit too much.
Very tough corner here in turn 7. It's surprising how tight it is. If you look at the track map, it doesn't look like a tight corner, but now they head off into 8 here. This is Porsche corner. This is a really tough, tight corner here. Lots of bumps. Heading into turn 9.
I wonder if you get a whole bunch of damage, if it'll actually help you. Slow you down where you're not driving so reckless, I guess.
I mean, if you had power loss, yeah, it'd be easy to put power down, that's for sure. Oh, man, hold on to it, Corey. Oh, hard into the wall there in a 61.
Oh.
He's trying to get everything
on the 44 again.
Yeah.
Here comes the 7.
7. Yeah, 7 had his issues early, remember? Oh, and this is the final corner, turn 14. Heading into turn 1 side by side.
61 wisely gonna just let him go there.
That was a smart move.
And that 7 car is beat up.
Yeah,
but
he's going to drive straight into the wall, but he's
flying.
Yeah, he's definitely faster than these guys ahead of him. Belle just pitted, guys.
Well, I was just, when I brought up about the damage, Brian and Zach, Jay was just destroyed in the front and the back, like left and right. And that's why I brought it up. Does it actually help you better, or, and now he's pitting, so apparently he's got more damage than what the car likes.
He may have had a meatball there. That was some pretty heavy damage, but he got it cleaned up. He had that fast spare, got it cleaned up here. He's just got to have a clean second half of this race. He's also got new tires, so he's going to feel like Superman right here.
I'll give a shout out to good old Ed Burrell there.
Yeah, running with 6 there. Strong.
And it's actually, car looks actually pretty clean.
Yeah, I don't see a scratch on it.
Well, that's the way to do it, Ed.
Yeah.
Don't hit nothing and just get a top 10 out of the race and be like, wow, congratulations to him so far. Way to go, way to go. All right.
Yeah, and back up front, Davey Hendricks with about nearing a 5-second lead here on Matthew Piscata in the 5. Davey's just pace is just actually Skittles.
Huh?
It's Skittles.
Oh, I see an M&M's.
Oh, I see Skittles.
I see M&M's. It's the old M&M's 38. I don't even know. It's special design, but I see M&Ms.
Well, you like M&Ms and I like Skittles, so it's perfect for both.
I like
of us.
them both.
Okay. Robert likes the Mars. That's what Robert
More or
likes.
less. Yeah.
Yeah, but Davey,
But-
you're setting a torrent pace. This thing is this car is completely clean. He ain't touched nothing, man.
But-
He's being very impressive right now, Robert.
If you look, all right, Matthew in the 5 is actually faster
caught him.
than. Yeah, he's got it down to a 3.3, 3.6. I mean, he's coming.
He ran about 7/10 faster right there, so up to wow, 7/10. So Davey may have had a mistake there. Yeah, because he dropped about a second that lap. Just seems like these guys are going back and forth with who makes a mistake
We got
first.
We got Keith Calhoun out there, long shot motorsports driver there that got suspended for eating too many ho-hos.
I heard he robbed a ho-ho factory.
He did. He got caught and got in trouble, and it's an addiction, man. I don't know what to tell you. I eat my.
Intervention.
Well, I'm going to counseling right now for too many ho-hos. So I mean, it's if you need help, come talk to me. But
I love
anyways,
ho-hos too.
well, you need to go see somebody. All right. Well, okay. Well, we only got 22 laps to go here. We are on lap 9. Let's see here. Who do we all got? Well, we have the 8. He did a pit stop, but we have somebody coming.
Yeah.
Oh, the 61's around. Now he's driving backwards.
He's gonna reverse.
Oh,
That's the way to win the race. Whoa, what's he doing? Hit the brakes.
Gotta-
No. Oh.
That was close.
oh man.
Oh, he's stalled it out. There he goes.
Who was it that? That was Belle actually. That almost got collected there. I wonder what he was thinking when he came around the corner.
He probably
Yeah,
thought,
61.
whoa.
Am I going the right way? Oh, and look, this last time by a 135 for Matthew Pisciata.
Oh, man.
He's got some damage on the right rear of that car too, so he must have had a tail slapper there.
Yeah, he
Whoa,
does.
12, hold on to her 044, sail the wall.
These guys are having a time here at Detroit.
It's a
But
tough track.
I'll tell you
dude.
what.
It's
ridiculous.
mentally tough to do this lap after lap. I got to give. What cars do actually run here?
GT cars, IMSA runs here, IndyCar runs here.
I thought
Yes.
Indies did.
So everything with about twice the amount of downforce per here.
Okay.
And weight.
Half the torque.
Half the weight, too.
Well, I give them props because where I was getting at, doing this lap after lap, it's mentally and physically just tough to even remember what turn you're in, even more or less to remember the braking points, the gas, and try to. Then you start worrying about, oh man, I got to run faster. I got to run faster because that car in front of me is running faster and faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of these corners are blind corners. You can't see around them from where you're at. So there could be a wreck hidden there. And I mean, you see what Belle came around to. There could be a car backing up into you right there. So you never know. Look, Derek Newsom in the wall again. He's backing up.
Oh no, he's having trouble with that corner.
I think turn 7. Yeah, that's been his issue there. He's done a good job keeping the nose pretty clean while hitting it. So
Well, he's got it back around again.
that he does. And looks like trying to figure out what happened to Emmanuel Wolf here.
Oh. And I do apologize. We're going to be missing some action.
He pitted.
Oh, he pitted.
Oh,
And
yes.
he's running very slow right now to save the tires.
Yeah, trying to stay
So
out
he's
from the
trying- He's
stage.
trying to get a track position here.
I
think that's what he's playing because he had no
Well-
damage when he came down pit road.
Okay.
Well, oh no, the 8 is blocking the track, and the 38 can't get by. That's gonna be huge. Now the 5's caught up to the 38.
Oh,
Oh no!
Big mistake by the 8. That's gonna.
Oh, he
Davey
seemed to
Hendricks.
lock the brakes up, and oh man, it could have been way worse for Davey Hendricks. He did an amazing job getting slowed down though.
now does he push it and try to
Yeah,
regain
white
that
flag.
gap back, or? Oh,
White flag for the stage.
yes, we do. Okay, so I mean, he's just got one more lap to go. I mean, but still,
Oh, I believe they're slowing down already. So yeah, they must have.
Yeah, they must throw the stage at the beginning of lap 12
Beginning of lap 12. Yeah.
rather than the completion of.
okay, because my ticker's still saying green flag, so we still don't have no
Yeah.
yellow yet.
Yeah,
Unless
they have
they're-
a caution there.
They're letting everybody catch up. If they throw the
Yeah.
yellow now, people won't be able to catch up the pit. So they're catching
Right.
the field up here. And I believe they'll throw the yellow once they get around next time by. Wow,
So
that was
Davey
a
Hendricks-
wild end.
Barely your stage winner right there.
Yeah, and look at Matthew's front end now, though. He got a little bit of damage from that. So,
Oh yeah, it looks like he got into the rear of the
The rear.
38, perhaps.
yeah, he did. 38 was able to get going right before the 5 got there, and 5 really had nowhere to go.
Oh, we are coming down to a stop. They're going to get out and go fishing. The pond's there to the right side, guys.
Yeah, they stopped in those parking spots right there.
Oh, yeah, back it up. Hey, who taught you how to park? All right. Well, yes, we're going waiting for everybody to catch up here, it looks like. So we'll run down through the field here and look. And we got Ed coming. The 12 coming. Now, does the 14 make a pit stop with these guys, or does he stay out for track position?
I think 14 is going to have to pit here, but Emmanuel Wolf in the 15, I believe he's probably going to stay out here.
I believe he will, Brian.
What are we looking at on fuel? That's something I did not
I
even
don't think they'll
look
be able
at.
to make it to the end.
Let's see, we are running 75%
75%.
fuel, so that might be a little bit short.
Possibly could be. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out for these guys. We'll probably want tires too.
Interesting.
Yeah, you might want to cut this last stage in half here, so you're going to have, let's see, 30 laps. Was that 18?
Once it go back
17
green,
laps.
it will be about 17 laps to go.
Well, no, you should
They'll
probably
be able to make that. Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll probably make it.
This is a 2-mile track, right?
2.4?
2.4?
2.35.
5. Yeah.
2.35. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and this will be interesting right here.
Well, I got
That's
the
the main
camera
horse
on the
now.
15 there. Let's see what he does, guys. I think he stays out, like Brian said.
Yeah, he came on lap 10, so. And he did
But-
creep around. He creeped around the track. He was not going fast.
Yeah, lap 10 might be where, if you fill up there, that might be when your fuel
Yeah, he
window
might have known.
opens.
Yeah, and he might also be saving here. He could save some fuel under caution right here and make it where it does work.
Let's go
It's just
another
ready?
cockpit and see if he's clutching. He's clutching.
That he is, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's probably what he did. And he figured out where the fuel window opens and decided to pit there, and happened to be before the stage. And yep, he stays out. Well, actually,
Well, the
they
pit
all
road's
stay out. They have to
closed.
go
Right.
all around,
Right.
all the way around. And restarts have been changed to single file, so opening the second stage, we will be going single file to the green.
Okay, so now it's going to be about braking points.
Yeah.
Going down in turn 1, turn 2. Turn 1's, I don't think, it's too bad like these guys. Turn 2 that I think, and turn 3 is crazy if you ask me.
The
That's-
exit turn 2 is
Whoa.
pretty hairy, and then 3 hard braking zone, so with all that speed, pretty difficult. But yeah, what were you wowing about, Brad?
Oh, the field had slowed down going into turn 3 in the 15. I don't think he was ready for it about rear end of the 42, but he got it slowed down. Got those big brakes on that Ford Mustang.
That they do. Now, do you know, Brian, the technology of the brakes? These things? 'Cause
I believe they are some sort of carbon fiber composite.
yeah, because I know, Formula One then run carbon brakes, and carbon brakes are interesting. You got to build up some heat.
Yeah,
before it really
it's
starts
funny.
to work.
My best knowledge of carbon fiber brakes comes from NHRA, where they put them on the bunny cars in the top fuel a few years ago, and all the drivers had to adjust because those brakes work better with a little bit of heat in them. So everybody in drag racing was used to just pulling the brake and it immediately grabbing. And so when they first started doing carbon fiber, they had to kind of relearn how to brake. So they had to draw it a little bit earlier, get some heat build up into them, and then really yank on them. So yeah, a lot of times in racing you hear about getting your brakes up to temperature, and that's what they're kind of talking about there. They work better with a little bit of heat in them. Whereas your production vehicles, the car you drive to work every day, that's kind of designed to work best at cold temperatures.
Yep, definitely. It's gonna be interesting to see what this 15 does. I'm very curious. Now his pace, once he got some clear track, was pretty decent. So yes, he stays out.
Yep, he is staying out, as well as the 99.
Believe so. The 99.
99's a lap down. So
Oh yeah, well that's why. So he'll be our lucky dog here, assuming we have lucky dogs.
yeah, good question.
Don't believe we do.
Oh, got the 38 in. Making
Now,
a pit
no,
stop.
and the 8. I think he's gonna take the wave around here.
Got the race off of pit road.
Yeah, it's gonna get the wave.
Oh, the 22 beat 5 out of pit
The 5,
road.
yeah. I think the 5 took some. Well, he took his fast repair. Actually,
Oh, we
so.
get a fast repair. Oh yeah, we do. Cool.
Well, thank God.
Yeah, that's gonna save a lot of these guys.
Right? I know if
Yeah,
I was
unfortunately
racing,
for
I'd
the
be
8.
happy.
8 can't take it, so he's gonna try to stay on the lead lap, so he won't be able to get his fast repair. 'Cause he's missing his hood. Sponsor won't be too happy about that.
I don't need it. You got your sponsors on the side of the car yet, so we're good to go. We won't have to worry about his engine overheat. No, he's getting plenty of air in there. This shakes everything up. We'll have to see what that 38 can do once that 8 gets waved around. The 99's going to get waved around. Wait, no, the 99's stuck.
Yeah, he's stuck behind the 15. 15
Yeah,
kind of screwed him over there, so he's going to have to drop to the back. And,
yeah.
Unfortunately, he's going to stay one lap down for the remainder of this race.
Oh, man. Tough luck there for him there. But, oh, we got the 15 internet glitching. Well, we'll see if I can actually call the green flag this time as they get ready to take off, because I wasn't ready for it last time.
I do believe they are going to delay the green so that the 8, the wave around car, can catch up and pit as well.
Yeah, that's all I was worried about for him.
Okay, well, that helps out the 15 on fuel. If if he was I think he would be okay, but even if he was trying to save a half a lap, well, that helps right there.
That it does, Robert. That it does. Saving will help, and it's gonna be to see what Davey can do here with the 15, and how does this affect how the 5 and the 22? You know, this is their chance now. Also, if the 15 can hold up, you know,
Yeah.
Davey. I think the 15 still has some decent pace out front here. I really think he will. It'll be interesting though to see how them.
It's
That-
looking.
Couple laps rolling around here, you know, will hurt him.
His lap times earlier in the race, he was running. His fastest lap of the race is a 33.2. So he is about 2 seconds slower, 1.5 seconds slower than the 38. But that doesn't mean, you know, that was just the first part of the race. Who knows? He might have a little bit extra here.
You also got to count that was his 6th lap there that he ran his fastest lap on. You know, on the 6th lap for Davey, he ran a 33.1. So, you know, you're looking at 33.1 to a 33.2. Emmanuel was in traffic the whole time there, and a little
That's
bit
true. That's true.
inconsistent with the lap time, but he it'll be interesting to see what he can do once he gets, you know, some clean air here. Ran fast in practice. Guys were saying look out for him last week, so see if Emmanuel can prove them right.
Yeah, the main thing is that obviously the 38, Davey Hendricks, he's shown that he's kind of the man to beat tonight so far, and so the big thing for everybody else is while he's stuck behind the 15, give what you can. If you can even just get beside the 38 for a little bit and just slow him up, is going to be huge. But they're going to have, Jesus, well, it's 15 to go right now. So when we go green, it'll be 14 to go.
Yeah. Be the longest
It's a
run
whole
they've
lot of
had
time.
so far, but yeah, exactly. Not a lot of time to get stuff done, and it can be tough to pass. I think it's gonna be tough for Davey here. I don't think it's gonna be a breeze. He's gonna hope he's gonna be able to get by him quick and get, you know, hope the other guys maybe behind them get caught up behind the man. But you never know. Emmanuel could take off here and make it even tougher than what we're thinking. So it'll be very interesting here as they come through turn 9, turn 10 here.
Yeah, Davey's best shot of getting around Emmanuel as quick as possible is getting a run on him out of 2 onto that straight and out breaking him into 3.
The 3, yeah.
And, hoping everything goes well.
Man, just under pace. Just under pace lap, these cars are just bouncing. The front end looks like, wow, that's amazing. Thank God for some rebound in these shocks, huh?
Yeah, and looks like pace cars getting ready to pull off here,
All
guys.
right. It looks like we're getting ready to go back green, as they're going to have 15 laps to go.
Green flag,
And
green flag.
green's out as the 15 waits a little bit. And,
he's sleeping.
yeah.
But is the 38 going to get a penalty
Yeah, that's interesting to be
for jumping out of line before the start-finish line and possibly beating the leader to the start-finish line? But he did get the position back.
Restart, yeah. That's the issue, but yeah, Emmanuel was just sleeping there and
Try to outbrake him.
Not gonna work there. Yeah,
Now the 5's on him.
yeah. And look, the 5 now. This is his moment. I think he knows. I have to get ahead of that 38. The 38 can't get clear track. Emmanuel, what though? He's showing great
him go.
poise here. Yeah. Like I said, I think once he got out front, he had some good pace.
Another thing we haven't talked about tonight much is dirty air.
Yeah.
Is dirty air affecting some of these cars?
Oh, the move up the inside. That's pretty far back.
Not gonna work. That was a good try though.
Good try though, and good job by Emmanuel not just to turn in there. That would have definitely been a wreck between the two if Emmanuel would have turned in like it was his corner. And I believe he didn't expect that. Davey did go pretty far back, but you know, that's how you make passes in these stock cars, through the braking zone.
Especially at this track, with having like 3-4 passing zones on 2.3 miles. That's not
Right. Oh, and Davey
Not
trying
much.
to get a lot of air coming out of turn 11. Oh man, this is gonna be a good race, guys.
Wow. Hard. Just so hard on these brakes.
Oh yeah, if these things could glow, I bet they.
We're riding on the roof of with the 38, and it's just, you listen to him, man. He's downshifting and just hard on the brakes.
That he is.
Oh, and that 15 is
Ooh,
crazy
15.
loose.
There's one of the slide out from under him right there. That's going to cost him a little bit of time as the 38 is going to inch a little bit closer. But still holding his own out there in first place.
Yeah, and I feel like, Brian, this is really a track where you don't want to look in your mirror. You know, if you got something high, all these braking zones, you look up in your mirror and lose a little track of where you're at on this racetrack, you're going too deep. And I think Emmanuel just needs to drive out front. Don't look behind you. Just listen to your spotter. Drive out that windshield. And he's putting together good corners, man. This is really impressive here on these little, it was only one lap. Like I said, he cruised on that one lap, so he had a good strategy.
What team is he on?
He, I believe, Robert, is Wolfpack Racing.
Wolfpack Racing, and I think they already got a win, didn't they, this season?
Wolfpack does not.
Does not. Okay, so that would, wow, that could help that team out too, and that would give him his first win because he hasn't got a win yet here in this season yet.
Definitely. Right there, look, he actually gapped Davey a little bit off of 2 there. That's where he has to be good.
Ooh, 14 cars around in the back.
Oh, Jay, hard. Oh, man. Oh, no.
8 was trying to avoid him and force the 64 in the wall.
Leader. Oh, no. Emmanuel Wolf gets past. Oh, is Piscotti going to move him? Ooh. Guys, Emmanuel Wolf just a little too deep in the brake and lost the rear. He's
losing it again.
Those rear tires getting a little hot. He's got to cool him down.
And Matthews got to get by him here into turn 7.
If he has any chance of catching up to the 38,
he's got to outbrake him right here. Yeah. And he's going to try to outbrake him here. He's going to grab a little curb. Side by side. This is going to be opposite. It's going to be a switchback. On the outside, he still holds position. What a great job. But this is letting Davey Hendricks get away here. Not with Matthew.
This is a dangerous corner to go too wide, boys.
Oh,
yeah, there it was.
Oh, and here comes the 22 now.
Yeah, 5 had to run. He had to be aggressive to get around the 15 there, and he just had to take up that space.
Oh, and the 22 body slams him.
And the 15's into the tires.
That went this race is going from great to terrible for Emmanuel here.
Yeah, his strategy worked out well, but
yeah,
that just shows you what one little mistake can do. Just sliding the rear out caused all of this.
Yeah, he got them tires so hot that it was just uncontrollable from that point on after that first slide.
Very difficult there. Now look at this lead that Davey built up due to the fact that Matthews had trouble getting around him. 2.6 seconds. Wow. Now, did Davey hurt his tires trying to get runs on Emmanuel? You got to use a little more rear tire to get a run on somebody. You have to take that extra chance. And as I'm seeing, Matthew is pushing hard right now. He wants to get as much time as he can back in that 5 machine to that 38. And he's trying his best. He's really driving great there right now. He's hitting his marks and doing a great job. So see if he can reel this 38 in.
Right now, the closest battle I see is going to be between Ed Burrell and Corey Cook. 21 and 61.
Dropped down some positions there. He was up to 6th. Now he's back in 9th. He's trying to get by that 61, who's had a rough night. Then you got the 10, Darren Cole there. He didn't talk much about him tonight. He's working his way up there on Ed Burrell's back bumper.
Hey, Ed Burrell's impressed me tonight.
Yeah, he ain't hit nothing. That's a tough thing to do, and he's kept his car clean. How many cars? Oh, we just jinxed him.
Oh, you guys, you did the freaky broadcast jinx.
I'm sorry, Ed.
Hey, he's all right. He looks all right, though, actually.
That frog just smacked the wall. Probably
That's a frog.
it probably jumped out of the water and
He's gonna lose another position to Derek Newsom there in the 7th. So that's Derek Newsom up into the top 10. See that Ed Burrell can reset. It doesn't seem like it hurt the car too bad. So just a little bit straight on into that tire barrier and just gotta get the head back down and focus ahead. Wow, the first 2 matching lap times pretty much a little bit quicker from Matthew there in the 5, but impressive stuff. Davey not letting him catch up though.
well, we got the 14 2 laps. Man, that's gonna hurt him.
Yeah, 14 had to pit again after that spin. Had quite a bit of damage.
And he's
Is the
60?
60?
Right now,
Oh,
too,
okay,
so.
60. Okay, my scoring pylon was showing me that 64 was in the lead.
He's
Scoring pylons wrong.
He's in the pits now.
Yeah, but the 38. Oh, 38 hit the wall. The 5 just smacked the wall right at the same spot.
Oh yeah, that's a good bit of damage on the 38 there. See if that affects him any. 5, not as much damage, but still.
Both of them knocked it down. Both Davey just caught a little too much curb. Had no front tire on the ground.
And
Yeah,
that's
the 5 quicker that time by a second.
A good bit, yeah. Did that hurt Davey? This is going to be interesting. Matthew hasn't won. Will he use the bumper? We're under 10 laps to go.
Oh, he's going. This is SlideJawb. He's going.
and that's what I was saying. I mean, just a little bit of mess up, man, you can really pay on this. And am I seeing this right? Is the brakes glowing on these cars?
Yes, they do glow, Robert. Yep.
You know what? It's the
I
first
didn't
I've
know
ever,
that.
all these years, I never knew that iRacing had glowing brakes.
Yep.
Well, the 38's front looks so red that it's. Wow.
Yeah, it's very interesting to watch the brakes glow. Definitely.
Oh, man, if I had a camera angle for that, I would love to see that. I honestly never paid attention, but I'm not a road course guy, so I guess I
Well, I'm
wouldn't.
jealous.
I
Mine
wouldn't
aren't
know.
glowing.
Martinsville, they glow.
Richmond,
I think Richmond, they glow.
especially
Yeah.
at nighttime.
Definitely. And this time, I believe Davey stopped the bleeding a little more. It was only a 10th that last time by.
Man, that is some nasty damage on the left front of that 38.
Oh, and the 15's night is not looking good. That's
Coming down
it.
pit road.
He's coming
Oh,
down
yeah.
pit road.
He's gonna put him a new set of tires on and try to blast through the field here. He's doing the alternate strategy, as they call it in Formula One.
Well, 5 hold on to her got crazy loose out of that corner there.
He's putting the pressure on though, Brian.
Well, that's what you got to do at this point. Just force that 38 into a mistake. That's gonna be his best chance. Other than using the bumper if he can get to him. You just got to make that 38. He's got to make Davey look at his relative, see that 5 creeping in on him. Well, hold on to her. Loose again. He's got to be careful with those rear tires.
Yeah, he's really
Man,
attacking.
you were gonna catch him.
I'm back here watching the 12 of the Williams and the Penske team there, and he's all over that 17.
He's been stalking him for about the past 3-4 laps. I've kept a small eye on him.
He's trying.
He's closed the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and William Martin started 17th. He's looking to get 4th here, guys. This is a super impressive run here. So, great job for him to fight through the field.
Ooh. Oh, it got a little bit of a run out of that corner, but got a little bit too much curb there. Gonna lose him a little bit of time going down this straight.
You know who else kept it pretty clean there is Paul Turner in that 42. He's got a little bit of damage, but he's in the top 10.
That he is.
I mean, if I was racing this in the top 10, I'd be happy.
Davey pulled out a good bit there.
Whoa, 12 trying to go to the outside of the 17.
Ooh, been cut through.
I just heard on the radio the 12 misjudged it, but the 17 is going to let him by. Probably a little scared that he's seen that 12 come up real quick. So, you go on ahead. You're going past me anyway. I don't want to get taken out.
Right. Well, that moves him up to P4. So now he's Penske's running third and fourth. Good showing for that team here tonight.
Yeah.
8 laps to go. So we're in the countdown here now.
The last time by, the 5 ran a second slower than the 38. So these guys just going back and forth. It's like a boxing match.
Two can make the least amount of mistakes from here, Brian, I think. I think they're pretty even on pace. Mistakes is what it's going to come down to. Great lap.
Fortunately, it looks like Mike Berry in the 64 just took her into the garage. It's tonight's going to be over.
It's like he'll come home, I believe he'll come home 16th because Jay Belle is still in the pits. And William Amon, 18, is retired.
44 of Long Shot Motorsport. He's still, Eric, he's still out there plugging away.
Chugging along, yeah.
That's right. It's got no hood, but hey, we don't need it.
That's right.
Said that before. It's aerodynamics now. You know, don't need it. Take it off. Makes me faster. I'm the type of driver, the faster I go, the slower I am.
In road courses, that's definitely a factor. In road courses, if you get your trying to go too fast, you're usually gonna be slow.
All right, well, let's go back up here to the front here and see what that 22 is doing out here. Watch him come around. Got the 99 still out there. Oh, wow. Hunter, he's just creeping around here. He's 2 laps down.
Yeah, and we just took 6 to go here. He pulled another 2/10 there, so he's consistently getting a little more each time. He settled back down after he got hard hit on the wall. It'd have been interesting to see if if Matthew would have lost that time there behind Emmanuel racing him to hit on the wall, how close it would have got. But definitely hasn't been easy for Davey. He's had his issues so far, and there's still 6 laps of this race left to go. He's gonna take 5 to go next time by. Anything can happen here at Detroit.
Oh yeah, we still got about 14 miles to go. A lot of mistakes can happen in 14 miles as the 5 just nose it to the tires. He's lost his hood, his front end.
And you just said it now. Here comes the 22 though. Oh wow, that 5 has no front end now.
I think he's gonna have a meatball.
It's quite possible. He hit the tires so hard the rear end came off the ground. So, just unfortunately, I think just went in there a bit too deep, and the front end wouldn't turn for him.
Right. Ooh, and there's Bryson Clark there. He's getting close to the 22 now for second.
Yeah, with that
at the pit.
With that damage, I mean that's significant damage there in that Toyota. I got a funny feeling that 22 should be able to catch him actually. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Davey.
He's not pitting, so he must not have a meatball. Must be all right.
He's got to watch that oil temp.
Yeah.
That might hurt.
Yeah, looking on the in-car, the engine sounds pretty healthy, so I don't believe he has any power issues.
Yeah, he seemed to pull away from Bryson, so gonna be. You can't make no more mistakes like that because Bryson is right there, and William Martin will have a chance too then if that has another one. But up to a 10-second lead now for Davey Hendricks. He's just got to hit his marks with under 5 to go here and just bring this thing back home.
Yeah, if he can stay mistake-free, he's pretty much got it in the bag. I don't believe anybody's going to be catching him from here.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got 5 to go. He's got a 9-second lead. Really, it looks like from what I'm seeing, Ed moved himself up to top 10 now. Okay.
Yeah, Ed is done a good job. Oh, and Emmanuel Wolf, I think he's going to retire. He's got no hood. Corey Cook brings it behind the wall. Wow. A lot of these guys falling out here late in this race.
Yeah, it just the mistakes and hitting the wall eventually catches up to you.
That it does, Brian. That it does. And gotta give a shout out to Darren Cole too in that Tim machine. He had a bad first half of the race. He's cleaned it up here in the second part. He's up to 6th.
And his car is clean too after getting a quick repair, so he didn't hit anything this second stint so far.
Yeah.
We probably just jinxed him.
Unfortunately, that's most likely happened. Wow, and Matthew, even with that damage, he ran a 33.76 there. So that's still good pace. Quicker than the leader, but I think they is backing it down. No reason for him with over a 9-second lead here to make a mistake that ends his race. Really coming to 3 to go here. So
Yeah, if I was him, I've got a 9-second lead with 3 to go. I could knock off a couple seconds off of my lap time and still be good.
Right.
Make sure I stay 100% mistake free.
Definitely.
His car is a little damaged, but like you said, you just gotta keep it clean now. As it doesn't look like he's backing it down though. He's got that back end sliding left, sliding right. The scoring pylon's showing us that he's slowing it down though. Matthew in the 5 is down to 8. Oh, now he's back up to 8.9. So.
Yeah, Matthew's about 4/10 quicker there. Still, plenty of time. Davey can still give up and hold on to this, but it's not over though, because we got 3 to go, and we just got to grind 3 more times of that machine without ending his race, and we can see that ends very fast for a few of these guys.
Now I know we were off for a week because of the holiday, so we're back, gonna be live, here every week with these guys all the way up through the playoffs. Is this number win 3 for him if he gets this win?
This will be his second win.
Second win. He won Daytona, I think it was. Okay, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. I know next week they go to Kansas, so.
We're back to NASCAR and NASCAR track.
Yeah, and then they go to New Hampshire the next week, and then they go to Watkins Glen. So.
Right back to another road course.
Road course coming up soon. So. Let's see how those guys can go around Watkins Glen, more of a traditional NASCAR road course, but.
And the 3 car should be back. He's gonna be probably running smart, but also trying to keep it clean, because he's got to make up some points. He's got a points race, not win race. No, he doesn't have to try to be the hero of the day. He's got to think of the long-term picture, being outside the top 20.
It's gonna be tough for him too, because he's only got 4 races till the playoffs start.
Right. So he's got to maximize his points, but at the same time.
Yeah, you saw that too.
Whoa.
Yeah. A little loose under braking there with 2 to go.
Yeah, and he has toned it back. His last lap time was 1:34.81. So
yeah,
Matthew gained
33.
quite a bit on him.
Dude.
44 is going to let him
Matthew,
by.
hold on to her, bud. Whew. Matthew almost had a issue coming out of turn 9 there, and it's coming out of turn 7 now. So.
Well, Davey looks like he's going to catch another lap traffic car, which I would assume, he's going to let him go by. He's up against the wall, and he actually comes to a stop. Well, that's one way to let somebody by, right? Nice, nice.
When we coming to the white flag this time by. One
Yep,
more left for Davey Hendricks. Can he bring it back home?
There is no green, white checkered. So, of course, because yellows are turned off, correct? So,
Well, they're local cautions. So.
Local cautions. Okay, so yeah. Well, he's just gonna make it one more time around here.
Yeah.
As it's looking like he's gonna bring home
like
his
the
victory.
Battle
here.
right now is for fourth.
Fourth. And let's go to fourth place here as the 17. Whoa.
Yeah, I think the 10 got by the 17 there. So the 10, he was in sixth. He's up to fourth now. William Martin was in fourth. He's dropped down to sixth.
Wow.
They have
Positions are
one more lap
changing.
still here to complete. Yeah. Also going to have Matthew Chastain only about a second behind Ed Burrell. Looks like Ed Burrell's running a little bit quicker last few laps by, so seems like he'll be able to hold on
Yeah,
to get a clean lap.
Chastain had got loose out of a corner and smacked the wall, and that's how Ed got around him.
Okay. Well, I can't wait for the race interviews after tonight's race just to hear what these guys got to say about this track.
Yeah, look at Darren Cole and Brian Dees are still going at it. They passed the 8 of Noah there. He's parked off into one of the corners.
Okay. Just caught a glimpse of somebody there. I wasn't sure what car that was sitting there.
38 car, got a couple more corners to go.
Yeah, he does.
One more corner to go as he's
And that's a checker flag, yeah.
line.
Davey Hendricks is your winner tonight.
Well, put on an absolute clinic, minus a
Yeah,
couple
we'll
mistakes,
try.
but completely consistent. Showed he was the man to beat from the very start of the race, and come out of here to winner.
Definitely did. See how this plays out here for fourth here.
Yeah,
It's 10 to 17.
it looks like the 10's gonna. Well, I thought the 10 was gonna hold the 17 off, but
One more corner.
One more corner, I think he's going to have it. So Darren Cole can bring him in fourth.
and he
Oh,
does.
Brian Dees.
Good run, good run.
Ed Burrell getting close to Derek Newsom there with Matthew Chastain not too far behind for 7th, 8th, and 9th.
See if Ed can hold out a top 10 here. Coming around. Come to the last corner.
Yeah, Derek Newsom go hold on to 7th, Ed Burrell 8th, and Matthew Chastain rounded out 9th there.
9
guys on the lead
cars.
lap.
9 cars finish on the lead lap.
Oh!
Oh! And Matthew Chastain just put it right into the wall.
He had brake failure.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a grate in the track.
Yeah, they have greats. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
Oh,
said.
he's not even gonna finish.
Did he not cross the start finish line?
He did.
Oh,
That was the corner after.
yeah. I was like,
yeah.
wait, I'm looking at my
I thought that was the
scoring.
corner before.
You just got excited about the grate.
That he did. He was excited about the grate.
Because he's great.
Because he's great. Like cornflakes.
Okay.
You don't get they're like Terry the Tiger corn. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cornflakes. That's
They're
different.
great. Yep.
Those
yep,
are frosted flakes.
Frosted flakes. There we go. Knew it was a flake. I'm not
Some
being
sort of
true.
flake.
Hey, look.
Our winner's trying to do a burnout.
There's not enough
Uh-huh.
room. Well, just do it in the grass. Throw
We
some
found
mud
some
up.
grass here. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man, oh man. Congratulations. All right, well, we will be right back as we get these guys ready for post-race interviews and see how tonight's race was here at Detroit with SlideJawb Racing League, brought to you by Colonial Riders. Mend the broken. So we will be right back after this quick word.
One of the main reasons I did decide to join the registry is because the lack of African American representation on the registry. It's our responsibility to register. This is something that we can control. You can do this. Think about if it was your child. Think about if it was your sister. Don't let fear be the only reason that you don't save a life.
My name's Quentin O'Donnell. I'm 19 years old, and I was born and raised in Boulder, Colorado. When I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, and since then, I have been doing 3 years of treatment. For the future, I hope that I'm able to beat my disease and just be a normal person. I want to go to college, I want to continue to race, maybe be a professional driver one day, and just keep on living. That's my goal.
All right, we're back after a quick word from Beat a Match, proud sponsor of Freaky Fast. All right, well, we have our top three here tonight. Davey Hendricks, Matthew in the 5, and Bryson in the 22. So, all right, well, we're ready for some post-race interviews to see how this race went with these guys.
Let's do it.
Definitely. Brian, you ready for Mr. Bryson Clark here in the 22?
Yeah, bring him on up here.
All righty.
Hey, Bryson, is Brian in the booth? You got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
Oh, man. Well, we had quite an unusual race tonight here at Detroit. You qualified third, finished third, stayed up in the top 5 for most of the race. So what are your thoughts after tonight?
It was fun. I mean, the track's obviously a little bumpy. I'm sure you guys probably caught that. But it was fun, though.
That's awesome. That's great to hear because, I had ran some practice laps for this race just to see what you guys would be dealing with. And this track is by far has the most bumps out of any circuit that I've been to. But these stock cars, kind of big, a lot of weight to carry around some of these tight corners with as narrow as this track is. How was it trying to pass people on this narrow track?
Luckily, I really didn't have to. I got kind of lucky with my spot. Unfortunately, later in the race with Emmanuel, I kind of got into him a little bit. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's tough. It's a narrow track, except for obviously like on the backstretch, it winds out a little bit there, but that's really the only spot. So it's a little sketchy passing, especially going side by side. Saw that up in the front, and I knew I was slower than Davey and Matt, so I was kind of hoping maybe they might have something going on, but unfortunately, I mean, for me, they didn't. But it was good.
Yeah, third place definitely is a very respectable finish here at this track in these cars. But I guess the $1 million question for me is, would you want to come back and do another race here?
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's definitely challenging, but I mean, it makes for a fun race. Especially like you can kind of get guys spread out. Going into turn 1 after the initial start and restart's a little hairy. Just kind of figure out what guys behind you are going to do, but after that, kind of spread that a little bit, and you kind of run your own.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, before I let you go and celebrate your third place finish here tonight, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Wickedly Boosted for sponsoring me. The Mustang was quick today, and then Penske Racing for letting me be a part of their team.
Awesome, awesome. Well, congrats on your third place finish, and we will see you here next week.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right, guys. That was our third place finisher of Bryson Clark in the 22 machine. Jerry had a lot of fun here tonight, and I'm sure he did because finishing third, he's probably like, thank God. Out of there, we go to the next track in Kansas. So, yeah, anybody come out with a good finish, I'm sure they're happy. So, I'm going to talk to the man who put the pressure on Davey Hendricks all night, Matthew Piscata. So, let me bring him up. Hey, Matthew, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy?
Copy.
Hey, buddy. Well, you finished second tonight, man. And, well, you started second and you finished second. You really kept the pressure on Davey there through most of the night. Just a really tough racetrack to race and stay consistent on. Describe your race to us, man.
I mean, I practice a lot of hours for this race. I didn't own the track before this week, but once me and Davey went into one of those last corners, we both cracked the wall, and that was the end. My car didn't drive the same after that.
Yeah, we've seen y'all both definitely getting the same wall there, exiting that corner. You definitely seem to be, starting to reel them in there. Really, where was your biggest struggle tonight? Is just it looked pretty bumpy out there in a lot of the braking zones.
Yeah, it was bumpy. My biggest, I think he pulled me a lot going onto like the long straights. I just couldn't keep up with him. I couldn't get the power down to my wheels. Kept sliding them.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely some hard transition zones here to put the power down. A lot of especially coming out of 2 there. It's definitely hard to lift that little hill. So you and Davey definitely put on a heck of a show there racing up front, man. And you always kept the pressure on, so that was awesome racing there from you. How you feel about Kansas next week?
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like Talladega, but only a little bit smaller. And it's gonna be stay up front, get the clean air, and drive away with it.
Yeah, definitely. Kansas will definitely be interesting with this package here. It's going to be, like you said, a mini Talladega. So the first few laps of a run are going to be wild. I'm sure you'll be ready for that. Before I let you go tonight for your second place finish, Matthew, anybody wants to shout out to?
Yeah, my teammates ran some laps with me, helped me out. Gave me little hints where I could get faster times. You guys for putting on a good show, and all the all the drivers in this league for being out here.
10-4, Matthew. Well, congrats on your second place finish tonight, buddy, and we'll catch you next week.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, guys, that was our second place finisher there of Matthew Pisciotti. I always have trouble getting his name out, but I'm getting better. So congrats to him on the second place finish tonight. He put the pressure on Davey to not make a mistake, and I think Robert's starting to get down there to Mr. Hendricks, as he likes to call him.
Well, yep, I'm down here with good old Davey Hendricks. Oh, Davey Hendricks, Robert up here in the booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's see. Where do we start at here tonight? You put it on the poll here tonight. Your fastest lap tonight was a 131.126. You led 27 laps, but first of all, would you ever like to run this race again as you won it? What do you think about this track, man? Because it was fun watching these things bounce around.
It's definitely the hardest track we'll probably see all season. I mean, stock cars aren't necessarily great on road courses to begin with, but then you add in that this is a street circuit. There are bumps everywhere. I can't say it wasn't fun because I love road courses. I like the technical part of it. It's a lot different from an oval. But no, I would race this again and be all right.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, just watching it, we had this is the first time Freaky Fast got to broadcast this track with and it was with you guys, and we were studying the track at the beginning of the broadcast, going, okay, what turn is this? What turn's that? What turn's this? How did you even remember or even get it down in your head from 2 weeks ago when we talked to you? You said you didn't run too many laps here. Did you put a lot of practice time in?
I think I've practiced more this week than I have for every other track combined this season. Like, I don't practice ovals. Like, I show up race day, practice for the hour or whatever we have before we race, and that's all I do. But this is not that. It's technical. There are turns. There are bumps. So I ran a ton of laps to learn, braking points, where the bumps were, what bumps I shouldn't hit, which ones I can hit. It was a long week. I've never put so much time into any race ever.
Well, it paid off, man. It paid off. You got your win there towards the end. You and Matthew, you hit the wall, and then Matthew followed right behind you and hit the same spot at the wall. But thank God, for you that he hit the wall. But when you hit that wall, did your eyes instantly go to that rearview mirror?
I mean, kind of. I was paying attention to my relative a lot. I knew because I cut that corner close and I've never hit the curb before, but as soon as I hit the curb, I knew I was in trouble. And sure enough, 2 seconds later, my left side's destroyed. But yeah, I mean, I paid attention to the relative. I knew I wasn't losing. I wasn't losing Piscata like I was in the first run. I mean, I didn't lose him by a lot. I think I had like a 6-second lead before Noah scared me and made me get a new chair. But honestly, it was. Yeah, I was I was not happy with myself for smacking the wall. I had a time 0 race. I hadn't hit anything, and that messed me up.
Yeah, well, bring that up too. There at the stage, with the 8, did you think, oh man, all that work was gone with one turn?
Yeah, I thought I had spent that whole stage I spent this whole week worrying about lap cars. I knew for the most part I was one of the faster ones. I knew Piscata would be there. Parker would have been here. He would have been up there. But I knew if I could get into the lead and build something, I could be all right. But this whole week, I sweated the lap cars more than I did anybody else's time because I knew they'd be the ones to bounce off the wall in the wrong spot where it's really narrow and on a corner, which is exactly what happened. And that was my biggest worry, and it came true, sadly.
Yeah. Well, you made it through it. That's all that counts. You got that stage win, which helps you in the points. You get another win, helps you in the points. But my next question to you real quick before I let you go is you were 2 weeks ago you were in the 4 car. You changed to the 38. What new contract deal going on or something?
Nah, same team, same sponsors. It's still long shot. We still have the same veterans that sponsor. But no, this has always been my number for as long as I've raced. Me and my dad, when we first started, we were 38. That was my number. It was my baseball number. And this season, I don't know, I started to get a little bit nostalgic about not having my number for the first time in a race or in a series. So I asked the admins if I could switch, and no one had a problem with it. So I switched back to this.
Okay. Well, what made you take the 4 number and not just the 38?
When we first started the season, Longshot had the idea that we were all going to be in Mustangs. We were all going to run Stuart Haas numbers. So it was the 4, the 14, the 10, the 41, and that stayed true for about 2 weeks. And then we started switching to Chevys and Toyotas and whatever we wanted to run. So once the Ford fell apart, I was starting to miss my number. So I begged to have my Elliott Sadler themed number back.
Well, it's a beautiful number, I must say. And I like the design you got on the number there. So, all right. Well, man, congratulations again up here in the booth from Freaky Fast. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out there to, of course, before I let you go?
Oh, yeah. I got a list. So I got, we have to do Colonial Riders. They sponsor the series. They put money into it for the end of the year stuff, for the broadcast, to put up races. So I cannot thank them enough for being along. We also have Weekends for Warriors, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and Wheels for Warriors. All great veterans organizations. All of them sponsor us in one way, shape, or form. Longshot Motorsports with Jade, Darren, and Eric Mower. They put up a ton of practice with me this week. Put up sessions with me. We practiced. We talked about it. Those 3 definitely pushed me a little bit to get quicker.
All right. Well, with that being said, the last thing I want to throw out there to you, actually 2 things, but with Keith with the ho-hos, what happened there, man? You had a little ho-ho problem or something?
Keith has a strange addiction to ho-hos. That could be code for something else that I'm not aware of, but until I found out what it is Twinkies, and he is just shoving Twinkies where they don't belong, so... He does not care how he gets into his body. It doesn't matter what orifice, but he that's his deal. Ho-hos for sure.
I had to. I just had to bring it up. I'm sorry. I'm dying here. I read that storyline and I'm thinking, yeah, I just told him we were out there in the chat. I told him it's okay. I got addiction too for ho-hos. So it's okay. But I'm in counseling though, David.
That's fair. He's just starting his. He needs help.
Well, if he needs help, tell him to give me a call. But all right, well, hey man, before I let you go though, here's my last thing, and we'll let you go celebrate this victory. Here is we head to Kansas, and how are you going to feel about that track coming up next week there?
I mean, we're going back to ovals, because of just I'm stubborn. I won't practice it as much, but it's with this package. It's you go wide open. It's going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be very close racing, so I'm worried about having a big one. The same type of thing you would see at Daytona and Talladega now applies to virtually any track at 1.5 miles or more. It's easy to have a big one when we can't get more than a car length away. So that's going to be a whole different type of monster to handle.
Yes. With the draft package that we have in this aero package, you can't pull away the 10, 15, 20 laps until you decide, and sometimes you can't even pull away then. at a 1.5-mile track. So,
Yeah.
well, we do wish you the best of luck next week, as we will be live at 8:30 again here at Freaky Fast. But congratulations again, man, and go enjoy this victory. And we will catch you next week at Kansas.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.
All right, that was our first place finisher there of Davey Hendricks in the 38 machine. So congrats to him on his win here tonight at Detroit Belle Isle Grand Prix.
Yeah. What a race! What a race! It was so fun. We tried to keep up with the action. Everybody out there, it was all over the track, and I think it was a good showing. Yeah, the walls, the rumble strips, the tire barrier. Yeah, I mean, we could just a list could go on here. But my final thoughts of tonight's race here, before I let you guys bring it. Beautiful track. Love the scenery. Stock cars don't belong on this track. You see it. It's. I mean, props for these guys for doing it. They raced hard. Raced clean and tried to stay out of each other's way. But overall, I mean, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was from me practicing it. I thought in my brain going, oh, my Lord. But I stink at road course racing anyways. You two would probably enjoy it more than me. So what's your guys' final thought?
Oh man, I definitely wish I could have raced in this race. It was super fun to watch, especially after hearing what these guys had to say about this race. Seemed like everybody's in pretty good spirits. Now, granted, we did only hear from the top three, and I would hope they would be in good spirits. But yeah, these cars definitely don't belong here. But I think they kind of do now. Oh, we've officially done a race here, and
they belong.
Over half the field finished the race, so that's a plus. And I think in real life, NASCAR would definitely benefit from running some sort of city circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a weird combination, but it all worked out in the end. And again, I just can't wait to come back here to SlideJawb next week for Las Vegas. I think that's going to be another great race to watch, or Kansas, wherever it is.
Wide open, Phil. Okay.
Yeah. Kansas is even.
They're both wide open, so similar tracks.
Better than Las Vegas. I like Kansas with this package, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be some wild racing, but yeah, everybody should know I love road course racing. It's one of the coolest things, and these guys just made me want to go run some laps around this track now and try to learn it because. I don't know. I like tracks with character, and this is a road course with character, and it's just that's one of the things that gets me really riled up about racing. It's just what I want to do is have a difficult job out there and not have to just press the gas up and down. I actually like working when I guess you could say when in the car and fighting it, and that's what these guys did tonight. So congrats to them. They put on a heck of a show, and I'm sure we'll see a heck of a show next week at Kansas. So on to then and. Congrats to Davey on the victory tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. All right. Well, you want to run through the final results here, Brian, before we head off?
Let's do it. Tonight, your winner in the 38 car is going to be Davey Hendricks, followed by Matthew Piscata in second. Bryson Clark is going to round out the podium in third. Darren Cole fourth. Brian D is going to round out the top five. William Martin sixth. Derek Newsom seventh. Ed Burrell eighth. Matthew Chastain ninth. Eric Moore 10th. Paul Turner 11th, Noah Mowry 12th, Hunter Miller 13th, Emmanuel Wolf 14th, Corey Cook 15th, Mike Berry 16th, Jade Bell 17th, and William Amon is going to round out the field in 18th position.
And unfortunately, the 18 there had some tough luck there tonight, and so did the 15 that was he practiced up in the top five. He ran up in the top five. He led a couple laps. He had the strategy going, and, well, it didn't all work out the way he wanted to, unfortunately. But, it is what it is. You go on till next week. But speaking of next week, this week, we will be live again Thursday night for Area 51. They will be in the Cup cars at Talladega. We will be live at 9 o'clock here at Freaky Fast, and then we will be live at Racing Freaks at Las Vegas in car with me trying to beat Zach Hall and Brian Johnson out there at Las Vegas. And then we'll be back at Kansas here with SlideJawb Racing League as we get ready to go to the good old windy city of Kansas and see what happens out there as they get back to the NASCAR side of things and the oval side of things. But from me, Robert A. Moyer up here in the booth, Zach Hall up here in the booth, and Brian Johnson, we'd like to say thank you for tuning in. And until next time, be safe. God bless. Love yous all.
Peace out.
Later, fellers.